Hi Crypto Peeps, hope you're doing well. And today's date is, let's have a look here. What is today's date? It's 17th of November 2022. And as you know, we've had an incredible week within crypto with all the revelations that have been coming out about what's been going on with FTX and the other companies, and pretty much the history of what Sam Bankman-Fried has been doing the last couple of years. Horrendous stuff, and it's going to impact us all for many months, maybe even years to come, with some new regulations and everything else coming to the space. So with this, let's get straight to the news because a lot are happening. Let's update some of you on that situation, and let's look at some other things that are going on just as well here. So let's go straight to the news. And this first piece of news here, let me extend this a little bit here, is on Fortune Crypto. And the head of the world's largest crypto exchange says that most people should not invest right now. Even the crypto's industry leaders are cautioning investors against buying the dip. First-time investors without abundant disposable income and who are unprepared to lose money should still wear clear of crypto at the moment. At least that's the advice from one of the sector's most powerful remaining players. He goes on to say you should not invest in crypto if you're using money that you need for the next week or next month. You should only be using discretionary cash that you don't need for a long time. And this is from the head of Binance here, so he really knows what he's talking about. He also warned that after the FTX collapse and the plummeting confidence in crypto, the market is in a period of high volatility and unpredictableness, and that makes it particularly unfavorable for inexperienced investors or for those without ample funds. He goes on to say, unless you're very experienced, very mature, very confident, and you can handle the risk, I would recommend most people just hold for this period of time. Obviously, we're not giving any financial advice here on this channel, but overall, for anyone out there, I think that's general advice in life, so bear that in mind. Okay, so let's move on to the next piece of news, shall we? So this is quite interesting. I'm not going to read all this out for you. As with all these news bits, they're news bites, so little snippets of information. The links are always down below, so you can have a look at this stuff in detail. And this is a great one here on Mud. The 6 best online crypto forums for crypto enthusiasts. In fact, there should be 7 because the CryptoViewing one should be there. So if you're not a member, sign up to patreon.com/CryptoViewing for some fantastic news and forums in a closed environment with some really knowledgeable people. Anyway, let's look at the 6 that they've listed here. Just have a quick look here. There's one called the Bitcoin Forum. I'm on a couple of these myself. I'm not going to give you any preferences, but some of these are quite good. Beer Money Forum's a good one as well. Hard Forum here. Boardsy.ie. Altcoin Talks. And Cryptocurrency on Reddit as well. Reddit is an amazing resource for anything to do with cryptocurrencies, so have a look at that one as well. I definitely recommend that. I'm not going to read you all the details on those. They're there for you with the links. Check some of them out if you want research. The next piece of news I have here today is on CoinDesk. Crypto will soon threaten global financial stability, FSB official says. And in the wake of the FTX demise, Stephen Major, chair of the Financial Stability Board's Crypto Networking Group, urged authorities worldwide to move beyond sectoral boundaries and to agree on global norms for the industry. He goes on to say here that recent market turmoil has given the Financial Stability Board all the more reason to develop a globally consistent regulatory framework, an official said on Thursday. Rapid growth of crypto markets in the presence of structural vulnerabilities and incomplete regulations and supervision means that they will soon reach a point where they represent a threat to the stability of the global financial system. So bear those words in mind. I think we're already there, but I can understand that he thinks it's going to be a real threat real soon. He goes on to say here that he made the comments at the Institutional Digital Assets and Crypto Regulation Symposium organised by Citi and Financial Global in London. They go on to say here, after the market fallout from earlier this year, we are now exploring tighter requirements with renewed urgency. So have a look at that one if that one interests you. I totally agree with them on there. We need new rules. I kind of like the idea of being in the crypto Wild West. There's parts of me that really agree and really like that. But at the same time, seeing what happened with FTX this last couple of weeks, absolutely shocking. We need some kind of regulation there as well. So on Finbold here today, the Bitcoin price rally in store. Bitcoin creates the largest ever descending broadening wedge. So this is some analytics here. So let's have a look at this. After a difficult couple of weeks for the crypto market, which witnessed a dramatic price collapse of most of its assets, the sell-off seems to be slowing down, and investors and crypto trading experts are trying to predict the future of the largest token, Bitcoin. One of these chart analysis demonstrates the largest descending, broadening or broadening falling wedge for Bitcoin. And this is the biggest in history, according to a tweet by the pseudonymous crypto expert known as Mustache, and this was published on November 16th. So here's a drawing here, or should I say a picture. Here's the wedge here, and there's previous ones here over periods of time there. And as you can see, after each of these descending ones before, we've had a big increase there. We've had a big, huge increase on that one. So the analyst explained, price has always risen rapidly after these wedges, referring to the similar large descending broadening wedge patterns Bitcoin had previously formed in 2019 and 2020. Specifically, the chart analysis posted by Mustache shows that the rise he is predicting could occur in the first half of 2023, possibly even briefly nearing an all-time high of $69,000 before settling to around about $40,000. And then there's some more on here. Is 2023 the big year for Bitcoin? Have a read of that, see what you think of that. But these are interesting patterns because they are patterns that are cyclic and are repeatable, and there is a history of them. Again, this isn't financial advice, but keep that in mind right now. The biggest one it's ever had, biggest wedge of that kind. So moving on to more news here, we have, this is news on CNBC, from 32 billion to criminal investigations, how Sam Bankman-Fried's crypto empire vanished overnight. So if you haven't been following what's happening with the FTX thing, and I know some of you out there probably haven't, have a read of this. It gives a bit of an overview. I'm not going to highlight this or go for any of this. It gives the entire story of where Sam came up from the ranks, you know, how what got him into cryptos and what he did and developed and how all this went down over the past couple of years. It's a big long article there full of resources. If you're new into this and you want to know more, I definitely recommend that one for you. Okay, and the final one I have here of paper-based news is on Decrypt. US banks launch a digital dollar blockchain pilot. Now, isn't this interesting that this has been launched in amongst all this other kerfuffle, almost like hiding in amongst all the noise here? I don't think that's too much of a coincidence. So mainstream financial institutions are working with the Federal Reserve to test digital currency platform. Goes on to say here, while the crypto market is shaken to its core by the failure of FTX, traditional financial institutions are taking a step into the world of digital currency. A group of banking institutions, including HSBC, MasterCard and Wells Fargo, announced on Tuesday the launch of a proof-of-concept digital money platform called the Regulated Liability Network, or RLN. Members of the US banking and payments community involved in this proof-of-concept are pleased to be working alongside the New York Innovation Center, that is part of the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, the group said in a statement. According to the group, the platform will use distributed ledger technology, better known as blockchain, to create opportunities to improve financial settlements. It would also draw participation from central banks, commercial banks, and regulated non-banks, including BNY Mellon, Citi, PNC Bank, Swift, TD Bank, Trust, and the US Bank. In response to this announcement, exiled whistleblower Edward Snowden simply tweeted, "It begins." So I think that's a great article. There's more information there on that one for you if you're interested in that. I think that's a big move, and I think there's no hiding the fact that this is all happening right now when there's a lot of noise out there to keep us distracted. So moving on to some video news here, as I say every week, especially YouTube and TikTok, there are amazing resources to get some crypto information. CryptoViewing has a great couple of channels out there themselves, so have a look at ours, but these are good ones as well. So this is Altcoin Daily. This is a great one. The real criminal and FTX fraud scandal is, and it goes on here for nearly 20 minutes. That's a great one. Altcoin Daily is fantastic. They put out videos every single day. Subscribe to it. It's just fantastic information. The next one here is on CoffeeZilla. I thought this was really interesting, and it's essentially an interview with SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, the guy behind the FTX collapse, and is an interview with him 6 months ago. And quite interestingly, in the interview, when he's talking about crypto, he's actually detailing step by step of how to set up a crypto Ponzi scheme, which is exactly what FTX was all about. It's shocking to see how blatantly open he is with all this, and it's amazing to see him describe this as well, because you will recognize this trend in other cryptos and in other things out there. So really look at this one. This one goes on for 9 minutes. Absolutely fantastic. So have a look at that one. The next video here again is another favorite of mine, Coinboro. They put out amazing crypto content, several times a week. They've really followed the FTX stuff out there at the moment, and this is a great one here. It's on for about 13 minutes, and essentially people are sending in questions, and he's answering. The head guy here from Coinboro is answering many questions on FTX, on Sol, what's happening on the crypto exchanges and everything. So if you have your own questions out there, you may find the answer on this. It's very informative. And the final video I have for you today, again, I'm sorry it's very FTX based here, but this is on Forbes. This is a great one itself. It's only on for 5 minutes, but it's the red flags on FTX we all seem to miss. And, they detail what went on there as well. So as I said, it's very FTX focused, but the whole industry is right now. It's really cool, some ripples throughout the industry, and I think we're going to see this for many, many months to come. So that's it for the news this week. As I said, be careful out there. It's a rocky time at the moment, not just for cryptos, but for all economies and financial situations. Take note, try to get as much advice as you can. Try to look around for resources. I give you some here today that you can look at. You can get great resources on our site, patreon.com/CryptoViewing. We have a great members forum there where we all share really good information. Anyway, have a great week out there. Take care out there in the wild, wild west, and I'll see you next week. Take care.